Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Movement Radio. I'm Chip Hazard, and today we're diving into one of the most unpredictable, gut wrenching, jaw dropping legacies in all of comics. Today we're talking about the X-Men. If there's one thing Marvel's Merry Mutants are known for, it's shocking twists that changed everything we thought we knew. Betrayals, deaths, genocides, fractured families. The X-Men have seen it all. So today we're going to count down 10 of the most shocking X-Men stories ever. Stick around because you probably won't believe what all is on this list. And we're going to start with Inferno from 1988. In the late 80s, Marvel unleashed Inferno, a story that turned New York City into a literal hellscape. Demons poured out into the streets, appliances came to life, and some of the X-Men's closest allies were corrupted by dark forces. The most shocking moments included Madeline Pryor's transformation into the Goblin Queen and the way the X-Men were forced to battle against their own. This wasn't just a big crossover, it was a horror movie in comic book form, and it set the tone for how dark X-Men stories could really go. Next up from 2011, we have Schism. For decades, the X-Men stood united under Professor X's dream, no matter how many losses they faced. But Schism shattered that unity. Cyclops and Wolverine clashed over the future of mutantkind, with Cyclops becoming increasingly militant while Wolverine fought to protect the children from being soldiers. The shocking part wasn't just the argument, it was seeing the X-Men family finally split apart. It was a turning point that still echoes today, showing just how fractured the mutant cause had become. Next up, Messiah Complex from 2007 to 2008. After Scarlet Witch's No More Mutants reduced mutant kind to near extinction, hope seemed lost. Then, out of nowhere, a mutant baby was born, the first since M Day. Every faction from the X-Men to Mr. Sinister's Marauders to Cable and Bishop wanted this child for their own reasons. The sheer desperation and violence that followed was shocking, and it all centered around one innocent baby who represented the survival of mutant kind itself. Next up, House of M from 2005. Scarlet Witch's reality warping powers took center stage in House of M. After reshaping the world into a mutant dominated utopia, she ultimately whispered three fatal words: no more mutants. And overnight, the mutant population dropped from millions to just a few hundred. It was one of the most shocking status quo changes in Marvel history, and its aftermath defined X-Men comics for years. Readers were stunned, and so were the characters living through it. Next, from 1995, we have Age of Apocalypse. Imagine picking up your regular X-Men comic one month and suddenly finding that the entire Marvel universe had been replaced. That's exactly what happened with Age of Apocalypse. Legion accidentally killed Professor X in the past, creating a timeline where Apocalypse ruled the world. For months, readers lived in this dark, alternate reality with twisted versions of their favorite heroes. The shocking part wasn't just the switch, it was that Marvel actually replaced every X-Men title with Age of Apocalypse counterparts. This wasn't just a story arc, it was a bold gamble that absolutely paid off. Next, Fatal Attractions from 1993. Few moments are as unforgettable or shocking as Magneto ripping the adamantium straight out of Wolverine's skeleton. The sheer brutality of the act left Wolverine near death and forced him to discover that his claws were actually bone. Magneto proved just how dangerous he was, and readers couldn't believe Marvel actually went there. It was one of the most violent and jaw-dropping scenes in X-Men history. And frankly, it changed Wolverine forever. From 1985's Uncanny X-Men 200, we have The Trial of Magneto. For years, Magneto was the X-Men's deadliest enemy, the mutant terrorist who constantly clashed with Xavier's dream. But in The Trial of Magneto, the unthinkable happened. Magneto stood trial for his crimes against humanity. The shocking twist came when Xavier asked Magneto to take his place as headmaster of the X-Men, trusting his old enemy to lead the next generation of mutants. It was a stunning reversal, and one that showed just how complicated Magneto truly was. Next, from New X-Men 114 through 116 in 2001, we have E is for Extinction. Grant Morrison's run on New X-Men began with an explosion. Literally, Cassandra Nova unleashed a sentinel attack that annihilated the mutant nation of Geonosa, killing over 16 million mutants in a single stroke. This wasn't just shocking, it was horrifying. Morrison set the stage for an era where being a mutant was more dangerous than ever, and the sheer scale of the genocide was something fans had never seen before in a superhero book. Next, Days of Future Past from Uncanny X-Men 141 and 142 in 1981. So before dystopian futures became common in comics, Days of Future Past shocked readers with its bleak portrayal of what was to come. In this story, mutants were rounded up and hunted by sentinels, leaving only a handful of survivors in a nightmare future. The shocking part was how real it felt and how easily it could happen in the Marvel Universe. It was a wake-up call for both the X-Men and readers. And it remains one of the most influential stories of all time. And last, but certainly not least, from Uncanny X-Men 129 through 138, 1980, we have the Dark Phoenix Saga. When it comes to shocking X-Men stories, nothing tops the Dark Phoenix Saga. Watching Jean Grey evolve from the beloved Marvel girl into the destructive force of the Phoenix was already intense. But the true shock came when she became the Dark Phoenix, consumed a star system, and was ultimately forced to take her own life to save the universe. This wasn't just a shocking X-Men story. It was one of the most shocking moments in all of comics. It redefined what superhero telling could be and remains the gold standard for shocking, tragic, and unforgettable storytelling. And there you have it. 10 of the most shocking X-Men stories ever told. From betrayals to genocides to reality bending events, the X-Men have never been afraid to take risks and shake things up. But now, I want to hear from you. Which of these moments shocked you the most? Or Did I miss one that left you speechless? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a future episode. And until next time, I am Chip Hazard. This is Movement Radio. Keep nerding out. Peace.